You know how some stories just stick with you? It's usually because they follow this amazing pattern, right? They build up the suspense, throw in a curveball, and then bam, this big emotional finish. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a really simple but super powerful story to see how it uses all those classic tricks to create a moment that's just unforgettable. So let me ask you this. What's the best surprise you've ever planned? I mean, really think about it. It's not just the ta-da moment, is it? It's all the sneaky planning, the secret texts, and that amazing feeling when you see their face light up. That feeling, that's exactly what this story is all about. So hold on to that thought. All right, so let's set the scene. It's Teacher's Day. Our heroes, Guttu and Chinky, are practically vibrating with excitement on their way to school. They've gotten every single classmate on board for this huge secret plan to surprise their teachers. But here's the catch. The real twist. Their entire plan hinges on one really, really tough challenge. And what's the challenge? They have to act like they completely forgot. Like zero clue that it's the most important day for their teachers. They have to pretend to be totally oblivious. And trust me, that is so much harder and way more painful for everyone involved than you'd think. And so it begins Operation Forgetful Students. The school day starts, and all the kids put on their best poker faces. They're saying good morning, taking their seats, acting like it's just another Tuesday, all while this secret mission is quietly kicking off right under their teachers' noses. And this is where the genius and the heartbreak of their plan comes in. What the teachers see is just, well, nothing. Apathy. They're genuinely bummed out, thinking their students forgot. But what's really happening is this whirlwind of secret activity. Kids are sneaking out on washroom breaks to set up decorations. That sadness the teachers are feeling, it's actually becoming the secret ingredient that's going to make the surprise so much bigger. And man, you can really feel the emotional toll this takes. Take the math sir, for example. The story gives us a peek inside his head, and he's just thinking, not a single student? He's truly hurt. This isn't just a prank, it has real emotional stakes, which makes the final reveal even more critical. So you're probably wondering, how did they actually pull this off without getting caught? It was like a little spy movie. It wasn't just random kids running around, it was a perfectly timed operation. A couple of students asked to go to the washroom, they sprint to the dance room, blow up some balloons, hang a streamer, and then dash back to class just before anyone gets suspicious. It was a perfectly executed relay race against the clock. But you know how these things go. In every great story, just when you think you're in the clear, disaster strikes. Everything is going according to plan, and then bam, the whole thing is suddenly at risk of falling apart. Okay, picture this. It's the last period. The finish line is in sight, and two students, Monty and Goody, start arguing over who gets to hang the main banner. And they rip it right in half, with only 30 minutes to go. Guttu and Chinky hear the news and have to think fast. Their only move? A classic I have a stomachache excuse to bolt from class and do some emergency surgery on that banner. The pressure is on. And this is that heart-stopping moment. They get to the dance room and it's a mess. The banner is destroyed, balloons are popped, and you can just feel their panic. All that work, all that secrecy, it feels like it's all for nothing. It's that oh no moment where everything could just collapse. But heroes don't quit, right? They scramble, working like crazy against the clock, and somehow they manage to fix the banner and get the last decorations up just as the bell is about to ring. Okay, phase one complete. Now for the hard part, getting the teachers into position for the grand finale. And this is where the plan goes from good to brilliant. All the teachers are in the staff room, probably feeling pretty down. Guttu doesn't just walk in and say, "Hey, come see this." No. He bursts in, totally panicked, and yells that two kids were fighting and Chinky got hurt in the dance room. It's the perfect, believable emergency. And it works like a charm. Of course it does. The teachers drop everything, their hearts pounding, and they sprint after Guttu. They burst into the dance room, expecting to see chaos, but it's just dark and silent. You can imagine that split second of total confusion on their faces. And then, flick, the lights come on. The room has just exploded with balloons and decorations, and every single student is there screaming at the top of their lungs, "Happy Teacher's Day!" Talk about an emotional whiplash. All that worry, all the sadness from the whole day just vanishes and gets replaced by pure shock and joy. That right there is the payoff. But wait. It gets even better, because the story doesn't stop at the big shout. The most powerful moment is what comes next, the why. The students actually take the time to explain the whole thing, and that's what turns this from just a great surprise into a really moving lesson about gratitude. And their message is so simple but so perfect. They basically say, look, you guys do so much for us all year. This is our one day to really say thank you. We could never forget it. And you realize by making the teachers think they had been forgotten, they made that final thank you feel 1,000 times bigger. It's just brilliant. So what you get in the end is this beautiful, emotional celebration. The teachers, who were feeling so low just minutes before, are now tearing up. They're all cutting the cake together, and it's so clear that this isn't just a party. It's a moment of genuine connection and appreciation. So, the big takeaway from all this? Sometimes the best way to say thank you isn't just to say it. It's about the effort, the creativity, the story you build around it that makes it unforgettable. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? Who in your life deserves a surprise thank you like that?